The sprite begins glowing again to the point where it starts to just look like a wisp again, like a little orb. Its magical glow is so bright. And then it goes from blue to orange, which is kind of the normal color that they are at night when they're playful at stuff. And Fia is very magical and kind of is constantly surrounded by these sprites. And she's got all these spell books that they're interested in and everything. They're always kind of flitting near them. But Zerk, you haven't been around as many sprites, except for like there were always ones that were around Dr. Nebel and were around sort of the more like fun little gadgets and everything. You haven't really had sprites giving you a lot of attention since you were like a little kid. But now you see this one sprite goes over and plops down on your ear and stays there.
I wiggle my ear just to like bob it up and down.
You see it bounces up and down on your ear, spins around, gives you like a halo of light, and then stays on your ear.
I take Bookvar aside though and I say, it is okay to be bad at something. That is how we learn. And what we love to do, we love to learn.
We love to learn, miss. The Reaper will judge you, girl.
Or the trickster will save me.
You see, he just sighs and shakes his head, and he goes, "May he judge you fairly, Fia." You see, he steps off, the scale tips, and you brace yourself to drop, but you don't. You hear a gasp amongst the crowd as you are scooped by a woman with silver hair on a flying broom. She looks like a mix between a witch and a hunter, flop hat and long purple cloak. Various jewels and amulets adorn her, tattooed runes all along her neck and any exposed flesh, and a crescent blade at her side. And you hear her yelling for everyone to hear, "That wasn't very fair, sending her in there all tied up. What do you say, girl? How about we even the odds?" And she just carelessly throws the blade back to you. Fia, go ahead and give me an athletics check to try to catch it.
14 plus 5, a 19.
19. Fia, you catch the blade, and it feels right in your hands, and you feel strong. You see she on this flying broom, her on the front, you behind her, everyone screaming and freaking the fuck out. She nosedives down into the pit towards the zombie, and she goes, "Go on, give it hell, girl!" Go ahead and make an attack roll, Fia, with advantage.
Yes, trickster, whatever you say. That is a 4.
A 4. Fia, you go to...
I am sorry. I just thought it was enough that I caught the blade.
You catch it.
I have done little more than
That was a
chop
great
bread.
catch, girl. That was a great catch. You swing and just whiff on this zombie big time. And she goes like, "All right, second pass, one more pass."
Good teacher.
Make another attack roll.
Learn from your mistakes.
16?
16 hits. Fia, you come back. You cut through it in one cleave. You both fly back up, hover over the ground. You hear the horrified yells of the crowd have turned to stunned silence as you float back to the surface.
I hope that your faith is strengthened on this day. And I flip everyone off.
Your father just looks up at you and goes, "Consider the mercy that we don't shoot you out of the air right now."
Consider it a mercy that I don't hate you. And if you want it to stay that way, do not try to find me or Irina.
You see Batilda leans in and goes, "What do you think, little Fang? Should we get out of here?"
I think that a moment of excitement is now being a bit blistered by reality. And so I look just with tears in my eyes and I nod solemnly.
You nod solemnly.
Wait! There is someone I need to get. A little book.
A little book?
A little book. My friend Irina made him dance.
She goes, "All right, well, let's go get your little book and we'll be on our way." Fuck all of you! Fuck all of you! Starts giving the middle finger to everybody and flies off.
Okay, now I'm having fun again. I give the middle fingers. I agree. I think it is better to be a hopeful fool who is sometimes right than a cynic who is sometimes wrong.
And Fia, you see in here is a painting of a young Batilda. Unmistakably her. Her silver hair is instead in black curls, but she still wears all her baubles and trinkets, and at her hip is the crescent blade that you now wield at your side.
Batilda, I go and I scooch the painting to the side to see if there's a little hidden compartment behind it.
You go and you scooch it to the side, and there does not appear to be anything behind it.
Okay. Can I? No, nothing. Okay, I just hang out with Batilda.
Yeah, we can all sit here for a second. It's a cozy room.
So-
You want to
Yes,
just spend some time with your painting?
And you see slowly Bookfar's eyes open on the cover, and he goes, Miss,
I'm so sorry.
Miss, I tried.
Bookvar, no, you did splendidly. You've had such a big day and you've done so many beautiful, wonderful things.
It was a really big day, miss.
It was a really big day and now it is time to rest. I am sorry that I put you in harm's way, but you always rise to the occasion.
Thank you, miss. I will put on my dust jacket for now.
Yes, let's get you in your thickest, warmest, furriest dust jacket.
You cuddle up to Bookfar.
Can I give him like an electric dust jacket, like an electric blanket?
Yeah. You get like a real warm book cover.
Bookfar the Brave.
Yes, as he's like falling asleep in his little electric dust jacket, I tell him a little story of Bookfar the Brave.
Very cute.
Okay, sleep. I'm so sorry. I'm talking too much and you need to go to sleep.
Oh,
Ignore me.
It's good to hear you. It's good to hear you talking, little Fang.
It's good to hear you talking. I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I know I said that already. I know I said I'm going to stop talking, so I am going to stop talking.
You see, she smiles and falls asleep in your arms.
I turn around to Henry and Zerk and just beam. Batilda's head and legs are just up against the walls.
You see, Bookfar, as an octopus, has wrapped himself around Batilda's head to make like a helmet, and is just going, Fia, you go ahead and you ritual cast to bring Bookfar back. You see Bookfar flaps back to life. Oh, miss, what did I miss anything good?
Fia, for a second, tries to wrap her tongue around another lie and says, oh, nothing, just another fantastic battle from Fia. You remember what I did to Olwyn? How I saved the day? It was pretty much like that.
You know that he knows when you need to be comforted, and he goes, I'm sure you were a fantastic miss.
I nod along, and it makes Zerk nod as well.
I really lived up to the name of Blade. Excuse me, I have to go try to learn how to make bigger fire come from my hands.
Just in case I don't get to do this later, I want you to know I didn't take you in because I saw you as a protege. I brought you in because I liked you, and I grew to love you. And I wanted to say that. I saw what happened with Henry and his son, and things are too short.
Oh. Thank you, Batilda. I guess I'm saying this in my head, but I didn't know how much I wanted to hear that. And of course I love you too, but I think I've thrown those words around very liberally with you already.
It's good to be liberal with those words, girl. You see the moonlight shining on her silver blade as she walks around the other side of Cain. I know that because of my duty that there wasn't a world where I was going to be around the train car all the time, but if I could go back and change one thing, I would have told you that I didn't want to leave.
I am without words. I always thought maybe I was a nuisance.
You see, in real life, she shakes her head, and she goes, all right, little Fang, now let's put the blade to this guy and get the fuck out of here.
Out loud, I say, fuck yes.
You hear Bookfar go, Miss, I will get to them as quickly as possible. I will help them.
Okay, Bookfar, be careful. You're very dear to me.
Hey, you're my best friend, miss.
You're my best friend. I've been with you longer than anyone else.
Most of the time, they don't want me around either.
Yeah, well, you know what? You got something that I never had. You knew they wanted you in the lab. You knew they wanted you safe, but you stood up and you did what was right, and you evacuated the town. You stood up for yourself, and you stood up for these people. So hold your head up. You did what I couldn't do, but it's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to be more like you, boy, all right?
He gives you a nod, like kind of very proper, like, you know, just one dude getting a compliment from another dude. And then he real quick, like, crashes into your chest and gives you a big hug.
Yeah, all right, come here.
You just hear like a gasping sob for a moment, and then he pulls back.
I continue eye contact with the flinching Bookfar who wants to kill me, and I say, I will make this right, and eventually the world will be better for having more of you, Bookfar. That's I promise. And then I turn around and I say, where to next, boys?
Philip, say something nice to her.
I'm fucked up too.
Hey, we can take a short rest if everybody needs to.
No,
Philip hugs Fia.
no short rests. Thank you.
I hug Johnny.
Hey, watch the hair.
You notice that this looks like the forest outside of your old village that like you and Arena would play in, except instead of like barren and dead and everything,
It's lush and beautiful.
it's lush and beautiful.
I immediately look for Bookfar. Bookfar? Bookfar, I know you're here. I know that she put you here.
You see in the distance, Bookfar begins running through the trees
As a little boy, no?
as a boy. You see like this bookish boy, he's got like a sweater on and he's got little glasses. Miss, you're here. Are we safe now?
No, Bookfar, we have to go back.
Fia, you begin to feel yourself floating up.
I'm floating up. Come, I grab Bookfar's hand. Come with
You
me.
grab Bookfar's hand. From the outside, Zerk and Hank, you guys see the true polymorph has failed. You see the lock busts off the diary, and you see Boy Bookvar and Fia appear in the space.
Sorry, Fia, I hate to break a good lock, but it seemed like you were in trouble.
This is as if you're trying to cast like a dispel magic or something on like a very high level spell. So DC 25.
I do have a +1 from this quill given to me
Okay.
by... Okay. I got a fucking 27 right off the fucking bat. Oh, I didn't even... Technically a 28.
28. You see Fia goes over, reads the spell that Zerk has put together, and for the first time since old Zelboldar was banished, a Revivify spell is cast. You guys see Zerk on the ground, whose body has frozen. Zerk, as you died, you felt like as if you had like hypothermia. You felt like a warmth and you just went to sleep, and then all of a sudden you come back.
You wake up to me crying, just being like, it should have been you casting this spell. Why is it me? It should have been you. You did all this fucking work for what? Me to waltz in and fucking do it?
It works.
It should have been fucking
It works.
you. It should have been fucking you.
Open your eyes, Fia.
What?
You did it, Zerk. The all cure. I should call you Dr. Fia.
I am not accredited. I hug him so deeply.
You see, after a moment, Bookvar pipes up. Miss, not to interrupt, but technically I was made by the daughter of the trickster. Perhaps...
Yeah, but who would cook our pizza?
Excellent point.
Bookfar, I don't mean to be selfish, but I don't know this world without you.
Oh, but miss, here's the wonderful magical thing. What if, in this form, as I am, I could help guide people and sort them? Like
a guidebook.
Like a guidebook. Like this were all one big library. And then you could summon me as a familiar, and I could still be around you like a book.
And you would show up as a phone book of all the souls.
Please don't make me a phone book, miss.
Wait, Bookvar, are you...
It's too late. I'm picturing the cutest little phone book.
Who better to arrange all the souls into a Dewey Decimal System than a book himself? I think I know of a boat. I write Sebastian. I ask to take possession of the SS Scampy. I'd also like
Is it
to.
seaworthy?
We're gonna patch it up. In
Okay,
town.
yeah. I've got some ideas.
I know a good dockyard.
Yeah, yeah. You write to Sebastian, and he just writes back, "What boat?" He just fully forgot that he gave you a boat.
Perfect. So we put it in the dockyard. I think I write to Hank Jr. and I ask him to help me patch it up.
Sweet.
And I'd also like to paint over the SS Scampy and write a let on the back.
Aw.
Oh.